One thing I have accomplished, they know it's Elul.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think my goal, first and foremost, is that Sydney should know that it's a special month.
Yeah, I think so.
That every Jew in Sydney should know that something special happening.
I agree with you. I know in my classes, they know that in general, I love the Jewish calendar, and I think Jewish calendar is the way to connect with Judaism. It's just if you're living with the calendar is so important. But there's something very unique about Elul, and I think it's this. You are listening to the JP Show,
where we discuss the issues you care about from a Jewish perspective.
I am Rabbi G.
And I am Rabbi Levi.
And we hope you enjoy this episode. Welcome everyone to another episode of the JP Show. I'm here with Rabbi Levi. Wherever you're listening, subscribe, leave a review, and contact us. Reach out to us if you have a question, a criticism, a challenge, whatever you want. Last week we did something different. We shared the interview that I did with Rabbi Levi Shmotkin on the collection of letters from the Lubavitcher Rebbe on emotional health. I hope you enjoyed it. I found it very fascinating. And I found it fascinating because it was really refreshing, and it's like a whole, very different to the some of the common themes we hear these days. And it was really fresh and beautiful themes that came out of it. I hope everyone enjoyed it. Rabbi Levi, did you get to hear the interview? I don't think so.
I did manage to listen to most of it, yes. I find it very, very fascinating.
Yeah, it was really great.
Like you were saying, very counterculture.
Yeah, and I think counterculture is what we need right now in this me world, in the self-centered world. But we're up and running.
Special times.
Special time. Month of Elul is upon us, which in the Jewish calendar means a month. Well, now it's just under a month. Today is really the fourth day of the month of Elul, which means we're just...
I can't believe it's only the fourth day. To me, it feels like we've already been in this month for already 3 months, actually.
I know. Well, BINA has just put on so much stuff the last few days that it's unbelievable. New shiurim, new programs, fathers and sons, mothers and daughters. It was like...
Pumping.
It was just pumping in the last few days, which was amazing in all our different streams. And there's more to come, much more to come. So stay tuned, both in this month. You know, someone asked me the other day, have you prepared your sermon for Rosh Hashanah, right? So I broke the news to him. I said, first of all, I don't give many sermons at Rosh Hashanah. Thank God I'm surrounded with a good team. So my son gives some, my son-in-law gives some. So that's great. And also, BINA is very unique that way. Actually, Rosh Hashanah itself is not the busy time here.
Well, you do programs at Rosh Hashanah.
No, we do programs in Vaucluse and we do a lot of stuff. But when we seem to be the busiest...
We're not just a shul. We're primarily a learning center, a place of growth.
And I find that Elul this month is the busiest.
Yeah.
The most preparation I do is for all the programs that we do. I do, you do, everyone else does, during this month, and it takes a lot of preparation and it's a lot of creativity because, you can't just keep saying the same thing you said last year.
That's right.
But, Elul's been happening since we started BINA. I mean, I think it's been happening before.
That's right.
But it's always very, very busy. And since I know that you don't have much to talk about today because you were very busy.
I was very busy.
So what is Elul? Like, why is it so important? And like why are we so crazy and hectic and frantic during Elul? What are we trying to do? What are we trying to accomplish?
At BINA? So it's interesting.
Yeah, BINA,
I was talking to someone and I was telling them that I've been calling a lot of people. It's one of the things I try to do, to call people, not to wish them a Shana Tova yet. That's a month from now. But to get them to come and to learn and drive people crazy. I think a few people have blocked my number by now. And I was telling them that even if this person doesn't actually end up coming, one thing I have accomplished, they know it's Elul.
Yeah.
So I think my goal, first and foremost, is that Sydney should know that it's a special month.
Yeah, I think so.
That every Jew in Sydney should know that something special happening.
I agree with you. I know in my classes, they know that in general, I love the Jewish calendar, and I think Jewish calendar is the way to connect with Judaism. It's just if you're living with the calendar is so important. But there's something very unique about Elul, and I think it's this. It's true with every event, that's the truth, but especially true with the month of all the Chagim, like Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, Sukkot, and so on, that Judaism places an amazing emphasis on preparation, because Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur is not just a time where you go through a bunch of rituals and you tick the boxes. So yes, I had a meal Rosh Hashanah night. And then people get all nervous about the meal, where you're going, who's hosting, who you're inviting, who you're not inviting, who's upset with you, who's not upset with you, and so on. No, that's not what Rosh Hashanah is about. I mean, it's also about that. And it's not just about, yes, I ate apple and honey, and I ate a pomegranate and all that, and I had some honey with my challah. And of course, hopefully you go to some event where they blow the shofar, whether it's shul or something else, fulfill the mitzvah. But it's much more than that. It's a month of tremendous closeness with us and God. It's a month of tremendous blessing. It's a month which sets
the soul is on fire.
Yeah. But if you want to get anything out of the month in a meaningful way, I mean, whatever you do in the month is fantastic, and God will love you and He'll bless you with a good year. But for sure. But really, on a deeper level, if you want to get something out of the most amazing month in the Jewish calendar, you cannot just arrive.
Yeah,
that's what I think. You cannot just arrive. You cannot just wake up a day before and say it's Rosh Hashanah or whatever it is. You just can't arrive. You got to prepare. You got to invest. You got to build. The way I like to think about it is you have to have a relationship with the month.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that's a true point in Judaism altogether. I think that when you prepare for a mitzvah, in fact, that's also written. That's part of the reason why we make a bracha every time we do a mitzvah, right? For example, you light Shabbat candles on Friday night. You have to make a bracha. Why do you have to make a bracha? Just do the mitzvah, light the candle. If the most important thing is the action is lighting the candle, so why make the bracha? And one of the ideas is that because you have to build a relationship with the mitzvah. You can't just light a candle. Light a candle, you walk away, so then you're the same before the candle, after the candle. Yes, you've done a mitzvah, you've connected to God, very important. The main thing is the action, that is true. But if you wanted to really connect to it, you've got to build a relationship with it. And when we talk about the month of the Chagim, like Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, Sukkot, and so on, you've got to really invest. You got to prepare. There's a lead up, there's a warm up, there's a build up.
Yeah.
For us to really
become a part of the experience, to internalize the experience.
Yeah, you got to get on the train, and you got to actually become part of the experience, not just a spectator from far that you just sort of all of a sudden realize that it's there. I guess that's what it is, right? Like the player or the spectator.
Yeah.
Spectator just shows up to the game. Although I'm not sure, the last World Cup, everyone was talking about it for months. But okay, but normally...
The player has to put in training.
Yeah, there's training, there's working, there's preparing to really become part of it.
So how are you preparing for Rosh Hashanah? So we of course, we're trying to really inspire everyone else and trying to get everyone else to come learn. How are you getting ready for the new year?
So that's a very good question. I didn't realize this is going to be, I don't know what you call a confession.
No, because we need to show an example, right? We can't tell other people to prepare if we don't prepare ourselves.
No. So I mean, it's busy around BINA, so it is complicated a little bit. But first of all, I prepare with other people, so that's part of it. But also I have a personal, which I'm sure you do too, but I have a personal program of preparation every single year, which I work out. I actually write it down. That's what I do. In other words, what I'm going to do, meaning what I'm going to... Well, part of it I write down, meaning what I'm going to learn.
Yeah.
So I designate extra things to study at this time, which perhaps I haven't studied before. Actually, it's interesting. There are certain inspiring things that I study every single year.
Yeah.
Right? Just because I know what pushes my buttons in a good way.
Right.
I know what gets me going. So there's like a few...
I can probably tell you what they are, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you know. Right? So like there's a famous discourse from the first Chabad Rebbe about the king in the field during Elul.
Yeah.
I've already done that this year. I studied every single year.
I started that right after Tisha B'Av, actually.
Right, so yeah.
Because I realized that Elul, you have to prepare for Rosh Hashanah. So
you have to prepare for Elul.
So I need time to prepare for Elul.
That's true. So yeah, and there's other, and this year I've looked around. What haven't I studied? What's going to do with this year?
Yeah, this year's a special year, by the way. It's Rosh Hashanah's on Shabbos.
Yeah, Shabbos, which means it sets the tone. It's a special. Maybe we'll talk about it at some of the shiurim. But so it's a very special year. So we've got to study that topic, and then there's just extra things in Jewish law, extra things in Talmud. That just for my own study, for my own learning, I try to say extra Psalms, extra Tehillim. I try to maybe put a bit more emphasis on my prayers. Yeah, so there's things. I mean, then there's reflection. You try and spend a little bit of time reflecting on the year gone by, thinking what can we improve on next year. Yeah, so I think so. I mean,
so maybe we should talk a little bit about reflection. Actually, that's an interesting topic. Like, it's very hard to reflect for a number of reasons. I think one of the reasons why people find it hard to reflect is I could barely remember what I did yesterday. Like, it's very hard to sit down and actually remember every single thing you did this past year. You did wrong, you did right, what do you have to fix, what you did good. It's quite a tricky, just not practical. What does it actually look like?
Yeah, good questions. The way I like to think about reflection, it's not about I mean, technically it's supposed to be that, but it's not like, what did I do on the 7th of June or the 1st of Nissan or something? Because I really have no idea, because I have no idea what I did this morning. So,
Yeah.
but I think if we're honest with ourselves, I want to say two things actually. If we're honest with ourselves, we might not know what we did on a particular day or on a particular time, but we do know where we're up to.
Yeah.
We do know like what are our strong points, what are our weak points, what we've improved on, what we haven't improved on, what we could improve on, and things like that. So I think that's what reflection means. And Elul is a time. It's not good to be obsessed with reflection the whole year because you got to get on with the job.
Yeah.
Except for, a few minutes here and there. But Elul is really a time to actually take stock. But also, I think part of the reason why people find it very hard to reflect is because, like, what do you want me to do? You want me to reflect on all my strengths? Okay, that's good. That I can do. Not too hard. But you want me to reflect also on our shortcomings? But I'm not ready to change them all. I'm not going to take it all on. It's too overwhelming, right? So I think we need to separate those things. I think we need to reflect. We need to have a good, honest look at ourselves, where we up to, emotionally, spiritually, mitzvah observance-wise, everything between man and man, the way our relationships, all these things. And then from all of that, we need to take something. We're going to one step forward.
Yeah.
So I don't think we must necessarily, in other words, I don't think we should necessarily marry the reflection with the resolution.
Right.
The resolution must be driven by the reflection, but not always to fix everything that's in the reflection. I think that's really important, because otherwise it's overwhelming. You'll never do it.
I think and
you'll fool yourself.
There's also another point that it explains, that sometimes reflection is not only about what I did or what I didn't do, but it's also like a general question, like, who am I living for? What am I like? What are my values? What am I?
Yeah, correct.
What's my perspective? It's more of a general question. Like, fundamentally, who am I?
I agree.
But it's not a depressing time, though, right?
Not at all.
It says that God's very close to the Jewish people in this time.
It's not a depressing time. First of all, yes, God is incredibly accessible. So the way He does it, He wants us to put in hard work. So the way the Alter Rebbe explains it is that and the way it's been explained, his analogy has been explained, is that God is very accessible. He's not overly obvious. It's regular days. I mean, Elul are just regular weekdays.
Yeah.
Because God is very close, but He wants you to make an effort to notice Him.
Yeah.
That's the important part about Elul. But also, just to think about this, sometimes people think, no, what's the point? Says something I'll be working on for 10 years and I still haven't got there. First of all, just keep going, because you will get there eventually on some level. But also, this is the greatness of Elul. The greatness of Elul is that God is always welcoming. He just wants you to be honest, and He wants you to put a bit of work in. He wants you to try. He wants you to take one step, 2 steps, whatever it is. He wants you to really prepare and to come to Him on Rosh Hashanah and say, I know 1 or 2 things I said I would do last year, I didn't end up doing them. Okay, I needed another year. I'll strategize a bit better this year, and I'll try to take 1 step, right? And we all have those things. And all of the things we can improve on, and we can look back and say what did work, what didn't work, and try again. God never says, I'm fed up. Never.
Yeah.
This is what we are taught, and He's so close. He just wants us to show up. He wants us to show up, and He wants us to try a little bit.
Yeah. No, that's beautiful. So I want to encourage everyone to use that this special month. There's a lot happening at BINA if you live in Sydney. Contact the office if you have any questions. A lot happening over the next few weeks. I can't even probably tell you everything. It's just still swimming in my head right now.
Yeah, there's so much. There's so much happening.
But it's going to happen. It's going to be amazing. And if you don't live here, find somewhere to engage. Or there's so much online. There's so many things you could do. Just learn 10 minutes extra every day. Pray a little extra. Connect to your soul a little bit on a deeper way.
Connect to your soul, and think how you can maybe just grow a little bit in the coming year.
Yeah.
Have a wonderful, meaningful Elul before we get to Rosh Hashanah. And on Shana Tova Mutakah, of course, everyone should have a good and sweet year. We should only have good things for our individuals and, of course, for the whole Am Yisrael. But individually, we need to try and put as much, for us to get the most out of it. God's going to give us His blessings anyway, but for us to get really meaning out of it, we need to put in the work. And that's what Elul is all about.
Have a great week, everyone.
Have a tremendous week, and we'll see you next week.